When I decided to create an online business, I realized quickly that the cost of hosting my videos was one of my biggest bottlenecks. So I started off with YouTube, but the problem with YouTube was I couldn't really do much with it. I was just hosting them, but they were recommended videos at the end of the video, and the player had just so many things going on. So I decided to go to Vimeo. So here, as you can see, the prices are $31 per month, and this was the most decent one at the time. And they were only asking for the annual plan, the annual payment at the time. And I tried this for about 2 years, and it was a big struggle because I couldn't afford it, because at the time my business wasn't really making money. So I decided to go to Wistia because I thought Wistia had more features. So I went there, did the trial, and I realized that this was even more expensive than Vimeo. So I had no option but to stick with YouTube. Right now, as we speak on Div University, all my videos are hosted on YouTube. But as I mentioned earlier on, YouTube is not very good for hosting content because you need protection. You also need a brand. You also need control over your videos, especially the encryption part of it. You don't want people sharing your videos. So along came a company that I didn't even realize this company exists. So this company is called Spotlightr. And when I looked at the pricing, I was really shocked that there were plans of $15 per month and 25 videos. Now, you see, here we're talking, because if you're a course creator or you run a membership website, this is a very good starting point. $15 is quite affordable, right? So as I'm looking at this, I'm thinking to myself, well, okay, this sounds like a very, very good idea. But I always had this question that, do they really offer the services that they say they're offering here? So I want to take a look at it and see if this is a viable option for hosting our videos as course creators, marketers, or membership site owners. So join me as I do a quick overview. If I'm impressed by Spotlightr, I'm going to host all my YouTube videos on this service. So let's dive in and take a look. So over here, the UI is very straightforward. I really like the simplicity. But it's so simple that you ask your question if it actually works. And what I like about this is it is very, very straightforward. If you come over here, the first thing you're going to do is to create a new project. So if I go in and say project A, you're left with two options. So if I say create, check, did you see how fast that was? Very impressive. So now straight away, it's asking you to upload your videos. So at this stage, if you have any videos, you can quickly, upload the video. Now I have a quick video here. If I drag and drop it in here and say start upload, it starts uploading. Over here, we also have additional options. So you can secure the video with HLS. This is encryption, which is really, really cool. I like this. Here we also have a link. So in fact, we'll be able to see a lot more of these features once the video has been fully uploaded. Let's take a look and see what else we can do while this video is uploading. Over here, it has a list of all our projects, and within these projects, you can do quite a few things. So over here, you can go in and create a course within this project. So you can actually run courses on Spotlightr. This is something that you don't get with these other video hosting services, and that's a big plus. But for me, I want to host on Spotlightr and then play the videos on my own website. So over here, it has your list of students if you are hosting your course over here. Really like the video reports. Now, this is where you get all your analytics of how your videos are performing. And here I have a quick example of this video. So you can actually see how the video has been performing. It's telling us here it's been loaded 9 times, the play rate, the average watch time, the complete rate, which is pretty cool. Now, you can also do this by domain. So you can filter by domain here and you can see everything is on divuniversity.com. If I go back into, let's say, the test project, you see we have these videos. Now, each video has its own settings. So for example, if I click here on this one, you notice that you can go in and do quite a few things. You can lock it and add a password to continue watching, which is a really cool thing. Over here, you can add your thumbnail. You can manage the video. Now, what I noticed here is these videos are hosted on Amazon hosting services or Amazon hosting services. This is really powerful because Amazon also hosts Netflix. But the fact that this service here uses that as their platform, for me, it's a plus. because it is a very, very good service. You know, there's a lot of things we can go in and do here. So over here on the advanced options, this is where you can go in here, documents, downloads. You can add your document downloads over here. On finish, the action, you can activate your action here. And this could be redirect to URL. So as soon as they finish watching the video, you can redirect them somewhere else. You can add your own related videos and you can reset the video to start. I mean, look at this. There's so many features. And this is all on just the one video. We also have pre and post rolls. I mean, this is really amazing. If you're someone that does marketing, you can even have companies with their ads. If you have a popular platform or for your videos, you can add your pre-roll URL here, post-roll URL, and that'll be added onto the video itself. Pretty cool feature. I really, really like that. Over here, we have your comments. You have your chapter markers if you want to add your chapter markers. And these are the sort of things I'm looking for. Overlays and annotations. You can add overlays here. Look at this. You can have a button and full screen. I mean, what more can you ask for? I think some of these features here were not even on Vimeo, right? This is packed full of features. You can add text, you can add lead captures, you can add hotspots. I really like this, hotspots. You can connect this to your shop, right? You can add cards, you can add custom HTML. We also have our analytics. Look at that. I mean, do you see how clean it is? If you're someone that's doing your courses, you can literally see where people are dropping off, how many plays are done, and it also shows you a heat map over here. You can actually tell where all your students are dropping off and where things are happening, and you can use this data to improve your videos. So this alone for me is a huge plus. So over here on the settings, we have quite a lot of items to customize here. If we go to allow domains, you can go there and add specific domains to be added over here. That way, if someone tries to embed your video, it will not work, right? Player translations, you can add, your name, email address, and all that good stuff. Integrations. Now, this is really, really important. Let's say you use MailChimp. You could use MailChimp over here. You can use GetResponse, and this can work as your capture to capture your leads. Okay. Here we have update contacts. You have your webhook here, just in case some of these are not working, okay? Or maybe you don't even have some of these. Right, you also have your custom storage. So here you can see we can also use Google Drive, Zoom, custom S3. That's if you want to use your custom storage. You also have your personalization here. We have your video performance. You can add your integrations for Google Analytics here, which is fantastic. Here we also have our API key. In a moment, I'll show you how to use this API key. I'm just gonna copy it, then we're gonna add it later. Also have our global options here. Right, so over here, we can force resize when visible. I mean, it can go through the whole list here. We also have my files. So these are my files. So if I wanted to get rid of these, I can just do some bulk actions here. I can just bulk delete. I can do all sorts of things. Over here, I can delete this file here if I wanted to. Now, let's say the video has been uploaded. How easy is it to embed it on my website? Well, here, if I click on publish, you get this embed code. So this is the code that you copy, but there's also other options here. You can see here, you can go in and set your start and end times. You can set your optimized resolution here if you want to, right? And then you can come over here and set your optimized resolution here if you wanted to, okay? And we also have custom aspect ratio and orientation, which is pretty cool. If you want to add rounded corners, you can activate that to add your rounded corners. But you know what? I don't want to add rounded corners. We also have advanced options here. Now, remember, this is all for what? For the embed, right? So I can go in here, display as an audio player. You can anonymize viewing data if you want to. You can also add advanced code, but we are not doing that. I really like these extra features. We also have this email feature, right? So we can generate the code here for this to be in our email. And you can see here, this has changed, right? We can also have a watch page. So anyway, this is what we'll copy if you want to add this to our email. Pretty cool. Over here is our watch page. And then we can also set this as a pop-up. So this is the example I showed you a moment ago. But let's do the embed, because this is probably the most common one you're going to use. I'm going to copy this. Okay. Now we're going to go to a website here and see how easy it is. So I'm going to come over here, add page, and I'm just going to use, in fact, you can use anything. You can use Divi, you can use Elementor, whatever it is. So I'm just going to call this page video. All right. So with that, I'm going to say use Divi Builder. But like I said, you can use Gutenberg. You can use pretty much anything. So if I go in here and add a text module or a code module, it doesn't really matter. I can go in and paste it like that. I didn't even realize it was this easy. I mean, look at that, right? So if I say save and then preview on front end, I'm super impressed with this. Look at that. There are a few times where I've tested some of these video hosting companies and they used to be grainy or the quality was so low. And most importantly, the reason why I didn't like it was, or like these other video hosting platforms, was the quality was so low because I think they wanted to save on bandwidth. But look at this. This is crisp, it's clear, and wow, this is amazing, right? And it's running in 1080p. If you want, you can change the resolution here. So this in itself for me is very, very impressive. So this has been a quick overview. Now, I know you may be saying, why Spotlightr? Why can't we just do this on YouTube? Well, the most important thing is Spotlightr helps you host, protect, brand, control all your videos. And the most important thing, when I say control, I'm talking about security. Security is one of the most important things. Can you imagine? You spent months, hours and hours and months creating your videos. You don't want people to just, share the links or just steal it from you. Spotlightr has HLS security encryption on these videos. So you're pretty much safe. And as you've seen, it has a lot of features that you can add to your hosted video. I think, in my opinion, this is really, really cool. Now, I have an affiliate link. If you purchase it using my link, I'll really appreciate it. The link to that will be in the video description below. Go ahead and sign up for this service. Now, what I'll also be doing is, if you sign up for this, I'm going to create a community group where we're going to be discussing how to create our online videos, our online courses, and so on. So if you want me to give you ideas of how I've done it on my own website, I'm very happy to do that if you purchase this through my affiliate link. So go ahead and do that. Tomorrow, or my next video on Spotlightr, will be a complete review. This is where we're really going to go deep and talk about Spotlightr. So go ahead, check it out. The link to that is in the video description below. Until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one. Take care.